Welcome back to Our Issues Milwaukee. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Our focus this morning has been on the Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee. Before the break, we spoke with Vincent Lyles, who's the president and CEO, and we're now being joined by LaKetta Caldwell, Senior Program Manager of Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, and Tamera, who is the club manager at Daniels-Mardak Boys and Girls Club. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
It is a pleasure to have you here, and you guys are doing big things over at the Boys and Girls Clubs, and I was really excited when I read about this special project that you put together, and I thought that more people should know about it. So this project is a documentary, and it's called Can You Hear Us Now? LaKetta, this was your brainchild, so to speak, so tell us more about it.
Well, the vision came from two funerals. One was a funeral for one of our club members, and at this funeral a fight broke out. And I was traumatized. For months, I couldn't sleep when I was in crowds. I didn't know what to do with it. But then I thought about all of the young people who were there and all of the young people who deal with trauma every day. And a lot of them we talk about, they've seen people being shot, they've had stuff going on in their homes, and I'm like, did you go to counseling? And they said, no, I didn't go to counseling after the funeral, but I ended up with strep throat. It impacted my body. So I think of all of the things that our young people face and what they go through, and they never get counseling for it. The second was for a friend. I went to his father's funeral who was taken due to violence, and it devastated me to watch him through the process. No one should have to lose a family member to violence, and this was a way to give young people a voice. Tamera, she was there at the very beginning when we started this project at North Division Boys and Girls Club. We did a 12-minute piece that we previewed to the community, and there were churches who came and they wanted to be a part of the project, and then State Farm gave us additional funding where we were able to expand the project to a half-hour piece. Wow. And we showed it on June the 3rd at the Oriental Theater, where we had over 1,100 people in attendance.
That's major, and you're to be commended on taking the things that really had some impact on you mentally and physically, obviously, and making a difference, because I think that this is a powerful piece. And if you can, Tamera, tell us what role you played in this documentary.
Well, the initial documentary, we're on our second one with the Boys and Girls Club, took place at North Division. North Division is a club that I opened up back in 2009 in November. And all of the young people who were a part of it was from North Division High School. Okay. So my role was to recruit young people to begin the discussion around what's happening in their community so that we can give a voice to them. And so it was so many interested in the opportunity to share what's going on in their life, what's happening in their neighborhood, on their block. They were eager to film and share those stories, which was so awesome.
Yeah, and I think it gives some insight, because a lot of times people are in their comfort zones and they hear the news and they read the paper, and that's as close to the reality that they get. So to hear these young people talk about some of the things they go through, what they see, what they hear, many people couldn't imagine that on a day-to-day basis. So we do have a short clip to show everybody at home. Can you hear us now? Take a look.
If someone could be with them on a regular basis and kind of had the spotlight on their life, they will see a lot of violence. They will see a lot of struggle to be able to just make it to school, be able to focus because they're hungry. There's a lot of drug activity in their communities. There's a lot of not necessarily knowing where they're going to live. Each of them share a struggle of not knowing.
Purple dream. what's unique about the kids that we see from these areas when they come into our offices for therapy is stress. And external stress, day-to-day issues of, family violence, complications of day-to-day coping with things like poverty, but also then internalized stress from what's around them in the community. And the word that we use a lot in our field is trauma.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
You're 18. Have you had to deal with trauma, or do you know someone in your family or one of your friends who has been impacted by trauma?
Well, actually, I do. My aunties, they were both shot and stabbed to death various times. And my little cousin, he was only about like 2, 3. He doesn't even know his mom.
How do you think that's impacted your cousin not having his mom around? And does he know how she passed away?
Yes. I mean, it would impact him very hard because when he go out, he see everyone with their mom, like having fun, holding their mom's hand, talking. Like when he has something to talk about that he only wants to talk about, he can't go to his mom like, "Ma, I gotta talk to you."
That's just a clip. And I can tell everybody at home that it's just very powerful. How can someone see the entire documentary?
Well, we're going to do another preview to the community at North Division where it started at the end of July. It's the date off the top of my head, I can't remember, but we're going to have another showing. But we're also going to do a showing in August at a faith-based organization, so we can get the churches involved. What was amazing about this project was the community support we received. Milwaukee Film came and supported and taught film techniques. We had William Singleton from the police department. They wanted to be a part. So the young people have faith in the police officers. So we had a lot of, we couldn't have done it without the village. It took a village to make this documentary happen. And when the students looked out in the audience and saw the community showed up for them, it was priceless.
No, it gives me chill bumps, right? So the mission overall of the Boys and Girls Clubs is to enable all young people to reach their full potential as productive, caring, and responsible citizens. And I want to know, Vincent was talking about how you guys have that passion to be around the young people, and the young people have that same love for you. What do these young people give you every day to keep you going and doing what you do on a daily basis? Go ahead.
It makes my day because currently I'm working with young people from ages 4 to 18. And so when I walk in the building and they're running, "Miss Tamera!" and what are we doing today? And they're eager to be there. And there's so much that is present to offer them. So many wonderful staff who are skilled in the gym and in the art room. There is an experience to have from the moment they walk into the building and they're greeted by the person in the coat room. I enjoy that feeling that they share when they're in the Boys and Girls Club.
That's what it's all about. What about you?
Just something that happened today. I was at Walgreens and I heard Miss LaKetta. Every time I could be at a restaurant.
So it's like being a teacher almost, you know?
And I turned around and it was a young girl. She was a diamond in the rough when I first met her. But to see how she has a job now and to see, she was like, "Miss LaKetta, I used to be mad at you all of the time," but she was like, "I now know that what you said was important." And to see the woman that she's grown into, it makes me proud. Yeah. So the 41,000 youth that we serve every day, we plant seeds, and sometimes we don't get to see the growth of the seed, but a lot of times we do, because years later we see that they said you made a difference in our lives, and that is so exciting.
Yeah,
to
it
be
is.
out and to know that you make a difference, and they want to introduce you to their parents, so you become a part of their family. It's exciting.
I love that. And we of course are in the day and age where all the kids are doing Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that stuff. So it makes sense that the Boys and Girls Club actually has a Facebook and Twitter. So what are the addresses, or how can people find that?
Well, you can, if you go to Facebook and you put Boys and Girls Club of Greater Milwaukee, you'll be able to find our Facebook page. Twitter is the same way. If you put it in the search engine, you'll be able to find it.
Okay, simple as that. Yes. So I wanted to quickly, if you would, tell me how this particular project proved to be therapeutic for the young people who were involved. Did it help them in any way to be able to talk about the things that they've dealt with silently?
Yes, there were a lot of young people who, instead of talking, they would fight. And so we saw a drastic decrease in fighting from some of the young people. We have young people who know that they are heard, and that was really important for them to be able to be heard. So just being heard was therapeutic for them. And we bought journals for all the young people who were in the project. So they started writing, even if they didn't verbally tell us, they would write and say, Miss LaKetta or Miss Tamera, take a look at this. So it was very therapeutic for a lot of the young people.
I love that. And did I understand that you're working on a second documentary now?
Yes.
You are. Okay, so hopefully you'll keep us up to date so that we'll kind of follow the steps and be a part of the journey to help everyone know when they can see it and how they can get involved. If you would give us your website address again so people can find out any information of the many things that we've talked about during this half hour.
It's www.boysgirlsclubs.org.
All right, and it goes without saying, I appreciate you both for coming by today. I really do love what you're doing with the kids, and keep up the good work.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much. LaKetta Caldwell is the Senior Program Manager of Boys and Girls Clubs of Greater Milwaukee, and Tamera Key, she's a club manager at Daniels-Mardak Boys and Girls Club. For more information on anything that we've talked about, they gave you the website. It's boysgirlsclubs.org, or you can call 267-8100. And that is going to do it for today's show. I'm your host, Andrea Williams. Thank you for watching, and I do hope you join us again next week as we take another look at our issues, Milwaukee. Have a great day.